What happens when the person everyone tries to silence turns out to be the only one with the truth? Maya Carter stood before the court, accused of disrupting proceedings. Her only crime was asking to speak. The prosecutor's tone dripped with disdain. "We don't take orders from random civilians." Her eyes didn't waver. "Then maybe you should start listening to the ones who keep you safe." The judge leaned forward. "And who exactly are you, Ms. Carter?" The pause before her answer was long enough for every heartbeat in the room to be heard. "Ms. Carter, this courtroom doesn't need your attitude," the prosecutor snapped, his voice echoing against the marble walls. Every head turned. A young black woman stood at the defense table, calm but firm, her white blazer a sharp contrast against her brown skin. "I wasn't aware justice came with a tone requirement," Maya replied evenly. A few quiet chuckles rippled, quickly silenced by the judge's gavel. "Order. Ms. Carter, identify yourself for the record. Are you even authorized to be here?" The words carried a subtle sting, a question that had nothing to do with procedure and everything to do with her color. Maya reached for her bag, producing a sealed folder. Before she could hand it over, a courtroom officer stepped forward, hand landing on her shoulder as if she were a threat. She froze. The weight of every eye pressed down on her, scrutiny, suspicion, superiority. "What would you do," the narrator asks, "if your right to speak was questioned simply because of who you are?" The gavel struck again, and silence settled like dust before a storm. Maya took a slow breath. The courtroom felt smaller now, the air heavy, thick with judgment. The prosecutor smirked. "Your Honor, if this woman can't prove her standing, I move to strike her from the record." "She has 60 seconds, the judge replied, glancing down impatiently. Maya's hands trembled slightly as she lifted the folder again. Her pen slipped, clattering to the floor. The officer's boot nudged it away, small, deliberate, humiliating. She met his eyes but said nothing. In that stillness, the camera would catch the detail, a silver bracelet on her wrist engraved with "Fortis per veritatem," strength through truth. She straightened her back. "This document," she said softly, "confirms I represent the department's confidential interests in this proceeding." The prosecutor scoffed. "That's convenient. Anyone can print a letter and seal it." The audience murmured, tension building like a storm front. Maya turned to the clerk. "Would you please verify the seal's authenticity?" The clerk hesitated, then took the envelope, eyes widening at the embossed insignia. Gasps fluttered through the room as he stepped toward the bench. The judge studied the seal for a long moment before speaking. "This appears to bear federal classification marks," he said, voice lower now. The prosecutor interjected quickly. "With respect, Your Honor, this could be a forgery. She's grandstanding to stall the case." Maya's jaw tightened. "You think the CIA issues stationery for theatrics?" The room fell still. "Excuse me," the prosecutor barked. She met his gaze squarely. "You heard me. You've spent 10 minutes trying to silence a federal officer acting under directive clearance. Keep talking, and you'll find out how classified this case really is." The judge blinked, visibly recalibrating. "Are you stating, Ms. Carter, that you are operating under federal liaison authority?" Maya didn't flinch. "Under seal, yes, Your Honor." The clerk whispered something, and the judge's expression shifted from skepticism to unease. "Bailiff," he said quietly, "release her shoulder immediately." The officer stepped back. The prosecutor's smirk dissolved, replaced by color draining from his face. The power in the room had shifted, and everyone felt it. The judge leaned forward. "Ms. Carter, you may proceed." Maya's tone stayed steady, measured. "Your Honor, the evidence the prosecution seeks to suppress involves a protected witness currently under federal protection. I was assigned to ensure his rights aren't violated again." The courtroom went silent except for the faint hum of the ceiling fan. She turned to the prosecutor. "Next time you question someone's right to stand here, make sure you understand who you're speaking to." The man opened his mouth, but no words came. The judge's gavel came down once more. Motion denied. Case will proceed under federal oversight. The sound was final, authority reclaimed. As the courtroom emptied, Maya paused by the door. The same officer who'd grabbed her now lowered his head in apology. She nodded once, expression unreadable. Outside, daylight spilled through the courthouse windows, washing over her like quiet vindication. "For some of us," she murmured, half to herself, "justice is still something we have to fight just to be heard." And with that, she walked into the sun, leaving the room and its silence behind.